Do you ever find yourself mindlessly scrolling, swiping through endless feeds, only to look up and realize an hour or more has vanished? You're not alone. It feels almost involuntary, a magnetic pull that's hard to resist. But what if I told you that this isn't just a quirky habit or a simple distraction? What if this constant engagement is not an accident, but a carefully engineered psychological trap designed to keep you hooked, changing your brain in ways you might not even realize? In today's video, we're diving into the uncomfortable truth, the dark side of social media. We'll explore the chilling psychological mechanisms these platforms employ, backed by cutting-edge research, to exploit our deepest human vulnerabilities. Get ready to uncover exactly what social media is doing to your brain and why understanding these tactics is the first step towards reclaiming your mental well-being and digital autonomy. This isn't just about screen time, it's about your mind. Many of us intuitively feel that too much social media isn't great for us. We might experience a vague sense of unease, comparison, or even loneliness after a deep dive into someone else's curated highlight reel. But beyond these anecdotal feelings, science is now providing concrete evidence that regular social media use is not just a benign pastime. It's actively eroding our mental health in measurable and significant ways, subtly and persistently, like water wearing down stone. Consider a groundbreaking 2017 study published in the American Journal of Epidemiology. Researchers meticulously analyzed the Facebook usage patterns of thousands of individuals, looking beyond simple activity to measure the impact of engagement levels. They weren't just guessing. They were quantifying how our digital habits ripple through our psychological landscape, revealing a disturbing trend that few casual users ever stop to consider during their daily scrolling habits. The findings were stark. Regular Facebook use was unequivocally associated with a significant decline in self-reported mental health. Specifically, for every standard deviation increase in metrics like likes, clicks, and status updates, essentially, the more engaged users were, there was a correlated 5 to 8% decrease in their reported well-being. This isn't a small margin. It's a profound, statistically significant erosion of happiness and life satisfaction directly tied to how much we interact. Think about that for a moment. Every like you receive, every comment you read, every post you publish could be incrementally contributing to a subtle but powerful decline in your overall happiness. It's a silent, insidious tax on your mental state, paid in micro-interactions, proving that even seemingly positive engagements can carry a hidden cost. This isn't about blaming users. It's about understanding the platform's architecture and its profound implications for our daily lives. So, how exactly do these platforms achieve such a potent grip on our minds? The answer lies deep within our neurobiology, specifically our brain's reward system. Social media companies didn't stumble upon this power by accident. They deliberately engineer their products to exploit a fundamental aspect of human psychology, creating an ecosystem that is profoundly difficult to disengage from, turning every interaction into a potential craving that needs to be satisfied. Former Facebook executive Chamath Palihapitiya famously admitted this during a 2017 Stanford talk, describing the feedback loops as dopamine-driven. He explicitly stated that every like, comment, and notification is engineered to trigger the exact same reward pathways in our brains activated by highly addictive substances and behaviors like slot machines and, controversially, even cocaine. This isn't hyperbole. It's the cold, hard scientific truth from an industry insider. Imagine a slot machine. You pull the lever, and sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. This variable reward schedule is the most effective way to keep an animal or a human engaged. Social media applies this principle perfectly. You never know when your next post will go viral or when a crush will message you. This unpredictable reinforcement keeps you coming back, checking compulsively perpetually chasing that next hit of digital validation. Our brains are simply not built to resist such sophisticated manipulation. The consequences of this engineered addiction are particularly devastating for young, developing brains. Psychologist Gene Twin's extensive research paints a grim picture. Teens who spend 5 or more hours daily on electronic devices are a staggering 66% more likely to have at least one risk factor for suicide. This isn't just a correlation. It highlights a historical shift, as the sharpest increase in teen depression and anxiety in history coincides precisely with a widespread adoption of smartphones and social media platforms. Beyond the dopamine trap, social media weaponizes one of our most fundamental human tendencies: social comparison. Every feed is a curated highlight reel, showcasing only the best, brightest, and most enviable moments of other people's lives. We're constantly bombarded with images of perfect vacations, thriving careers, beautiful relationships, and flawless aesthetics, creating an almost inescapable vortex of perceived inadequacy. This leads directly to what psychologists call the compare and despair phenomenon. When you scroll through seemingly perfect lives, your brain, without conscious effort, defaults to comparing your own messy reality to these idealized versions. The result is an overwhelming sense of falling short, increased envy, feelings of loneliness, and a significant boost in depressive symptoms, as you constantly perceive yourself to be less successful or happy than your peers. It's an illusion with real, painful consequences, but there's hope, and science has shown us a path forward. A groundbreaking study conducted at the University of Pennsylvania investigated the direct impact of limiting social media use. They recruited college students and divided them into groups, with one group drastically reducing their social media consumption to see if a simple intervention could reverse some of these negative psychological effects that were so widely observed. The results were incredibly compelling. Participants who limited their social media use to just 30 minutes per day for 3 weeks reported significant reductions in both loneliness and depression. This wasn't a minor change. It was a tangible improvement in their mental well-being simply by setting boundaries with these platforms. It proves that a conscious effort to disconnect can actively heal the mind and counteract the negative psychological impacts. The good news is, armed with this knowledge, you have the power to fight back and reclaim your brain. Understanding the mechanisms these platforms use is the first crucial step. Now, let's talk about actionable strategies you can implement today to reduce their grip and foster a healthier relationship with your digital world, moving from a passive victim to an active participant in your own mental wellness journey. First, take control of your notifications. Every ping, buzz, and flashing red badge is a deliberate interruption designed to pull you back in. Turn off all non-essential notifications for social media apps. Consider setting specific times for checking your feeds, rather than letting the apps dictate your attention all day long. This simple act drastically reduces the dopamine triggers and helps you maintain focus on your real-world priorities, rather than constantly chasing digital validation. Second, curate your feed with intention. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate, envious, or stressed. Seek out profiles that inspire, educate, or genuinely connect you with positive communities. Remember, you control what information enters your mind. Make it a garden, not a wasteland. Engage meaningfully with people rather than just passively consuming content, transforming your social media from a comparison tool into a genuine connection hub. Finally, practice regular digital detoxes and create physical boundaries. This could be anything from leaving your phone out of the bedroom, setting no-phone zones in your home, or taking a full day or weekend away from social media entirely. Replace screen time with real-world activities. Read a book, go for a walk, meet a friend in person, or learn a new skill. These actions aren't just breaks, They're investments in your mental health and cognitive resilience, actively rebuilding the neural pathways for peace. The dark side of social media is real, and its effects on our brains and mental health are profound and measurable. But the power to choose, to understand, and to act remains firmly in your hands. By recognizing these psychological traps and implementing conscious strategies, you can begin to reclaim your attention, nurture your well-being, and truly connect with the world in a way that serves you rather than exploits you. Your brain is a precious resource. Protect it. If you found these insights fascinating and eye-opening, then you're on your way to a more mindful digital life. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for weekly psychology insights that empower you to understand yourself and the world around you. What's one change you're going to make to your social media habits today? Let me know in the comments below. Stay curious, stay mindful,